welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we are celebrating black dolls here on my channel, and we're going to be doing this all month. As a matter of fact, we do it year-round on my channel, so if you're interested in the topic, please make sure to subscribe. But specifically for the month of February, we are celebrating black dolls here on Muñecas, Pupés, and Dolls. And the point of the series is to show you guys what dolls are out there, what exists in the realm of black dolls for those of you who want to collect these types of dolls, because you can't buy what you don't know about. And so my goal is just to bring awareness to you of what is available out there to add to your collections. So today we are going to be specifically talking about dolls that are made for collectors. So they're dolls made with collectors in mind. Last week we did playline dolls. You can go back and check that out if you missed it. I'm going to break this video down into two parts. The first part's going to be more like one-of-a-kind artist dolls, and the second part's going to be more, none of these are really what I would call mass-produced, but more like, you know, there's more dolls produced in the second half of the video, if that makes sense. I hope it does. So anyway, with all that being said, let's jump right in and start looking at these beautiful dolls. The first doll I want to talk about today is Odette by Blank Space Dolls. The artist's name is Jacob. I have an interview with him here on the channel. He is such a lovely person. I met him at BJDC last year, and then he came to MDCC, and I'm hoping to see him this year again at the doll shows. But he comes from a background of repainting Monster High dolls and fashion dolls, and then he decided to design his own doll, Odette. And these are the two Odette dolls that I have now. He calls all of the sculpts, as of last time I spoke to him, Odette, but he has different sculpts for her character. So this is a closed mouth version. This is the open mouth version, and actually my favorites because I love teeth so much. But I think his dolls are stunningly beautiful, and when you buy one of his dolls, first of all, they're very glamorous. Like, I love the glamour that he puts in his dolls. I love her because she's just witchy perfection, right? I'm going to put this one away so we can kind of focus on one doll at a time. But I just really love his dolls. I think he does such gorgeous full sets. He does offer them blank. You can see, I think this might be the, I'm going to say this might be the wrong stand, but I can't remember if blank means it was like for a blank doll or if that's her last name. I can't remember. But he does these full sets. Like, look at the sparkly, look how glamorous the heels are for her and how glamorous this outfit is. And he does all the designs, and he just creates the most stunning full sets for his dolls. His displays at the doll shows were absolutely incredible, and his dolls have painted eyes, and I think that's very cool because of the background that he comes from as far as repainting Monster High. So this is one of those really cool dolls that's kind of crossover might not be the right word, but let's say you're coming from, kind of like I did. I came from collecting, I feel like I'm screaming, sorry. I came from collecting playline dolls into the more high-end art doll world, and I feel like this is a great doll for that kind of transition because he did the same thing. He came from sort of a playline world into the art doll world, and everything about this doll I love. Just look at her nails. Like, she is perfection. The hands are sculpted so beautifully. The face is sculpted so beautifully. I love the wigs and the hats, and look at the lashes. Look at the lashes that she has. Incredible. Just everything about them is gorgeous. They have extra hands, but I actually haven't changed their hands. But just a stunning, stunning, stunning doll. Stunning work that he does. And really a wonderful, wonderful human being, like I said before. So definitely check out the interview that I have with him here on the channel. But his goal, he did want to do a very faithfully representative sculpt, which I think she's so gorgeous if you take a look at her. And what I mean when I say that, in case you're curious, so, you know, there are instances where, especially back in the day, where a doll company would design a doll, and it would be designed to be a white doll, and then they would make a black version, but they would just use the same mold. So they'd pour like a chocolate colored vinyl into these molds. Now, most artists today do offer their dolls in every single resin tone. So you can get, you know, a chocolate resin tone or a deep cocoa resin tone. but the sculpt maybe is not a faithfully representative sculpt. So actually most of the dolls that I've picked and that we're talking about today, I have tried to choose sculpts that were made to be black dolls, not just a white doll that has been poured in a cocoa resin. And I'm not knocking artists for offering that at all. I'm glad that they do make it more accessible like in that way, but I really want to point out and highlight the more faithfully, that's what I like to call them, the faithfully sculpted dolls that are representative. So that was a point for him, is to make Odette this way. And so I just think she's super gorgeous, and I just really love her so much. I think she's such a beautiful doll. So that is the first one that I want to talk to you guys about. And again, the full sets at the last shows were $5.50, just so that you kind of get a pricing awareness. So that, again, that's a good entry level kind of price. If you're moving into one-of-a-kind art dolls, $5.50 is actually a great price for a one-of-a-kind BJD. He does 3D print his dolls in resin. They're good quality. I really like them a lot. I think he has done a lot of work to bring her to the people, basically. So such a gorgeous doll. And I'll of course link all of the artist information below. All of the artists that I'm going to talk about today are very responsive on Instagram, so you can send them messages there. But that is Odette by Blank Space Dolls. Next up, when we're talking about artists with beautifully, faithfully sculpted faces, we've got House of Babes, and that artist's name is George, and he does the most gorgeous fashion dolls. And one of the things that I love about him, okay, this is Harmony. This is the Harmony sculpt. So I have her in 2 different resin tones here, and I honestly can't remember the name. I think her color is called Mahogany. I want to say she might be Birch, but I'm not sure. He has wood names for all the dolls, but his dolls are so stunningly gorgeous. Now, he painted this doll. So this is his, there we go. This is his rendition. This is his, I'm going to say rendition. This is like the artist vision for this doll. He painted her, and she is absolutely stunning. I love her so much. I actually have quite a few of his dolls. Another thing that I really like about his dolls is, or I like about Harmony specifically, is she has this thick body. Like, she has a really curvy resin body, and it feels really nice. And I love that almost looks like a Miss Z shoe. If you guys have seen the new Louis Vuittons that have come out that are like in homage to Zendaya. But I love how I love the silhouette of the foot. I love how curvy she is. I think she's just gorgeous. Lots of joining, lots of great posability. Let me show you the other one that I have here. Same thing. You can just see how, now she is fully painted. I actually bought her from a friend of mine. She is fully painted by The Ugliest Wife. And so I put her, this dress is I think it's made for Pasha Pasha, but it fits her pretty well because she is so curvy. So some of his dolls, his other body can fit into like Popovi clothes. These cannot because the bodies are curvy. And I just love the curvy body he's given these dolls. You can just see the legs are nice and thick. I just really love how curvy she is. And you can see my unboxing of my Harmony and get like more of a idea of that if you want to go back and do a little more research. But you can see she's just gorgeous. Like, the sculpt of this doll's face is phenomenal. He also has a male sculpt, which is great. I don't really collect male dolls, so I haven't gotten one yet, but I would never say never. And he's got some new sculpts out as well. Now, for his dolls, you just message him on Instagram, and I think if he has availability, he'll take orders. I think that's kind of the way he works. He's kind of like I would almost say like a if you know artist. Like, he doesn't really announce like orders and stuff like that. You kind of have to be in the know I kind of like that about him. It feels a little bit exclusive almost in a way, but you're getting these really high quality fashion dolls, and there's not a whole lot of artists in the U.S. There's Pasha Pasha, there's him, there's J Anchor Dolls. There's several that do make these really high quality fashion dolls, but there's not a ton of them. And so I really like that he's here. He's based out of New York, here in the States, so you don't have to worry about, you know, your doll being shipped from another country or anything like that. Like, he's here in the States. He creates these dolls, and I just think it's wonderful to support him. I'm going to show you another sculpt of his that I have, 2 different ones. Also, this is the sculpt Cotton, and I love her because she has teeth, because I am obsessed with dolls with teeth. And so this one, he painted and created the wig. I love the way he paints his dolls. And this one is another Ugliest Wife. I bought her from the same friend that I bought the other Harmony that was painted by the Ugliest Wife. So these dolls are just, they're so stunning. So stunningly gorgeous. And I can't remember the names of these resin tones. But this one I think is the Mahogany again. This one I can't remember the name. I'm very sorry. But super gorgeous dolls. Such a beautiful sculpt. Like, all of his sculpts are phenomenal. He has a baby that I have, a baby sculpt that I have one of. But I'm just going to kind of show you, I'm going to put her back here, just kind of show you a little bit. Now, this doll doesn't have the thick body, so she can wear, like, share some things with some of the slimmer fashion dolls. Like, they can wear some Popovi stuff. These shoes might be, they're from Stasia dolls, and I don't know if they were specifically made for her or if they're Pasha sized, but because the feet are a little bigger than Popovi. But just look how gorgeous. Like, I love the sculpts that he does. They're incredible. So his dolls are really beautiful. Lots of joints on them. So you got a lot of high posability. And again, a very premium, this is a premium fashion doll that is created here by an artist from the United States, and they're just gorgeous. Now, he does have them cast. I can't remember where his factory is, but he does have them professionally cast. They are stunning, absolutely stunning creations. And like I said, his name is House of Babes. I will link it below, and it's more of a if you know, you know doll. So if you're really interested, check him out. Also check out his new sculpts, because he probably has more availability on, like, the newer sculpts than he has on some of the older sculpts. I don't really know. So it's more, again, if you know, you know. Just message him and check him out. But is she not ethereal? Just stunning. Stunning, stunning, stunning. Okay, let's go next. Next up, we have Angelique by Nikki Britt. Nikki Britt is one of my all-time favorite artists, and this sculpt was done for us at Modern Doll this past year, and Nikki read her story out, and she was a little girl I'm going to say this wrong. She grew up in New Orleans. I was going to say the Bayou, but no, maybe she did grow up on the Bayou. I'll link the story below so you guys can check it out, but her sculpt is just beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I think she has the sweetest face. She's a 10-inch, like, little USD baby. And I don't know, Nikki had a pre-order for her. I don't know that there's still any available right now. There's a few up for sale in the Nikki Britt fan club online, but as people get their orders in, inevitably, people's situations change and things go up for sale. So if you're super interested in this doll, I recommend you join the Nikki Britt fan club on Facebook, which I'm an admin for, but you do have to answer the questions to join. I'm just put that out there. If you don't answer the questions, I don't accept you, because I want to make sure. I have to, there's so many fake accounts now on Facebook. But anyway, so that's what I would recommend if you really want to get this sweetie. She is just precious. Her story is so cute, and I just really, really love her sculpt. I love the little dimples she has. The cool thing about her is she's going to fit into most, like, little feet clothes. So USD size dolls have this really great thing of a lot of them are able to wear little feet, which is a very common USD size clothing, so you can find clothing to change them into. I did not change her because I think her outfit is adorable, and her name is Angelique, like I said, and she's just so sweet. Like, I really, really love this sculpt so much. I think it's beautiful. She did offer her in several resin tones, kind of like I was saying at the beginning. You know, artists will offer a sculpt in pretty much every resin tone. I actually had one in gray of her that was supposed to be like a black and white picture memory, which I thought was a really cool, that was the centerpiece for the show. But she was designed to be a young black girl that grew up in Louisiana, and so she has this gorgeous sculpt, and I think it's just, I think she's just so sweet and so perfect, and I just think, oh, she's just adorable, right? What else can I say about her? The size is great. Now these dolls are around, the artist versions are around $900, and I want to say probably the not art, so artist version means the artist Nikki painted her and dressed her. The like pre-orders that might have factory paint or they might be blank, they were probably around $650. I can't remember. And I think this doll at Modern Doll was $800, but I also can't remember that. But that gives you an idea of pricing. I forgot to tell you George's dolls. They have ranged for me from $750 up to, I want to say, $950, depending on what all was included. So just so to make you aware of pricing. So I meant to put that out there with his as well. But she's somewhere between $650 and $900, depending on the options. Like if you get all the bells and whistles, the artist painting, the artist full set, versus getting like she was a special edition, but she's factory painted, and Nikki designed the outfit, but the factory made it. So that kind of gives you an idea about like different types and versions of dolls. But this is Angelique. Love her sculpt. I think she's gorgeous. I hope you guys think so too. So just wanted to tell you about her, and I will leave links to the fan group below in case you want to be on the lookout for one of these in the future. Next up is a rather new sculpt from Linko Dolls. Now Linko is based out of Russia, and this sculpt is so fantastic. Her name is Maria. They've also done a sculpt called Monica that's similarly as gorgeous. These dolls are amazing. Now this doll full set was $2,500, just to give you a pricing idea. From what I understand, somebody actually commented on one of my Linko videos earlier this week that they had just ordered a doll from them. So if this is a doll you're interested in, they may be taking orders. You can always send them a message. I'll link their Instagram information below. I think they leave their email address in their profile, and you would need to email. I don't think they respond to Instagram messages. But $2,500, and the first time I saw this doll, I was so stunned because she is just look at her. I mean, I was floored, and I messaged immediately because she was at a doll show, and actually nobody had reserved her. So I got her. I reserved her for myself. Plus, she was wearing all purple, so I feel like that's just a sign. If the doll's wearing all purple, I mean, and the sculpt is this amazing, just incredible. So I'm hoping in the future to add Monica. I hope I don't have their names backwards. I think she's Maria and the other sculpt is Monica. I might have them backwards. I'm hoping to add the Monica sculpt as well, because it's just so gorgeous. Like, absolutely fantastic. I think they did such a beautiful, just look at this sculpt. Is it not gorgeous? And they added like tiny little freckles. They painted her. So this is, and they made the wig as well. So she's just wonderful. I can't say enough about how gorgeous this sculpt is. She is going to be the priciest doll on my list today, just because, well, she is. I mean, just because she is. I mean, because she's $2,500, right? So I'm trying to give you the, give you the price points of each one of these dolls. But she actually lives with me in the bedroom that I sleep in. So she actually is not in my doll room. I have a select case of dolls in my bedroom where we sleep, like in case of fire. I know that might sound silly, but in case of fire or something, I have a small collection of like some of the most incredible pieces from my collection, or some of the most sentimental things from my collection that live there. So if something happens to this room, it won't be a total loss, but that's how much I love this doll, that is where she lives. She doesn't live here, she lives in my bedroom with me in case of emergency, basically. Like, in case of emergency, this doll is going to be hopefully saved. The cats come first, okay? First of all will be the cats, but second of all will be the case of emergency dolls in my bedroom. So yeah, I just love her. I think she's stunning. I love what they did with her wig, so you can see how they really tried to do, let's come on, focus. They really tried to do like a faithful representation here with the base of the wig. They did the little space buns or puffs. They don't really look like, you know, puffs, but she looks so gorgeous. She looks just stunningly beautiful. I think she is, I cannot say enough about how amazing this sculpt is. So like I said, if this is one that you're looking to add to your collection, you'll want to send them an email. I'll link their Instagram below so you can go check that out, and then you can send them an email and see if they're taking orders right now. Sometimes they will be, sometimes they won't be, but just follow them on Instagram and see what happens. And I'm hoping, they know that I'm interested in a Monica doll, so I'm hoping to get a Monica doll. I actually think they might have told me sometime this spring they would have one. So look forward to that unboxing coming soon. Let's manifest it, right? I'm trying not to buy very many dolls this year. I'm trying to be very selective. You may have noticed my unboxings really tapered off. If you've been here on my channel for a while, I used to do a lot of unboxings because I was just buying dolls like crazy. I've had to stop that because this room is full, you know, but this will be one that I really want to get, and I think she's very, like, worthwhile to add to the collection. So anyway, that is Cinco dolls. Maria sculpt. Now we're going to get into some of the less one-of-a-kind dolls and more limited release dolls. Is that a good way to say that? And I want to start off by talking about Robert Tonner's Neema. So Robert Tonner is a well-renowned doll artist. He has been making dolls for probably 20 or 30 years, and this doll, Neema, has a gorgeous sculpt. Just look at her face. Just look at that. And they also have done her with multiple different hairstyles. I love this hairstyle a lot. They've done her with different braids, bobs, all sorts of different styles. I've got this one here. She's actually still available on the virtual, she's like a Wednesday Addams inspired. She's still available on the virtual doll convention website. So if you wanted to add her to your collection, these dolls are $235, so $235. So we've got a much different price range between these and the last dolls that you saw, because these are made of ABS plastic and vinyl, but the sculpt of Neema is just beautiful. There are actually two Neemas available right now. I think they're both $235 on the virtual doll convention website, and I will link that below so you guys can check it out. But she is in the Elowin Wild series, so she's designed to be Elowin's friend, and she's just, I just love how beautiful she is. I love how full her lips are. I just love everything about her sculpt. I think she's stunningly gorgeous. She's got the Elowin body, so any Elowin clothes or fashion packs that you're able to find are going to work really well for her. And actually other Tonner outfits as well. This, I think, was made for the Grace doll, which, if you know Virtual Doll Convention, she's a different Tonner doll with a little bit different body, but it still works. I mean, a lot of these dolls are kind of in the same size family, if that makes sense. But she's just so stunning. She's got a beautiful, beautiful sculpt. And the price point is, you know, it's right at that, you know, tolerable level maybe. Like, not, the resin dolls are expensive. Like, I'm not going to lie, the least expensive one was $550, okay? Because they are, the reason that resin is more expensive is because they are made in much smaller batches. So you know, as you make more of something, you can make more efficiencies and it can be less expensive. And also, plastic is a less expensive material. Resin is a type of plastic. People sometimes remind me of that when I talk about that, but it's a different type of plastic and it's not as inexpensive as this type. But these dolls are very high quality. They move really well. They have joints in the elbows, joints in the knees. They are a gorgeous fashion doll, about 16 inches tall, 17 inches tall. I think about 16 inches tall. And just, they come with a stand. They come fully dressed, unless you get a basic one. But there aren't any basic ones available on the website right now. You've got this one that's fully dressed, another really pretty one that she has she has like a silver sequin gown on that's really pretty. But Neema is just such a gorgeous doll, and I was really excited to see her added to the fashion doll world, because I think what they've done with her is phenomenal. I think she's such a welcome addition. Such a welcome addition to the fashion doll world. Now, Integrity Dolls makes a lot of beautiful black dolls as well, but their dolls tend to be on the smaller side, and they're more Barbie-like, and they have a different look. They have more of a model vibe, where I feel like Neema has more of like, she could be your best friend vibe, kind of like the Elowen dolls do. Like, she's got a more, you know, different, it's a totally different vibe of doll. And so I like both, but I lean more towards the toner dolls. Like with my model dolls, I kind of go with the more artist resin, but I just love the whole Elowen Wild line. And so Neema was like, I think I have like 6 or 7, 8. I have a lot of Neema dolls. I love them though. They're so gorgeous. I just think the sculpt is so outstanding. Is she not beautiful? But anyway, I will link to her information, and if you want to go back through the archives of my channel, I've got loads of unboxings of Neema dolls, so you can check those out where I go into them in more detail and talk more about them. I have an unboxing of the one I just showed you. Actually, that unboxing may be over on Rachel Hoffman's channel, but you can go check that out and see it, so that you can kind of like see my thoughts on her as I open her. But they're just such gorgeous dolls. So again, 2 of them are available on Virtual Doll Convention, which is kind of wild because they normally sell out pretty quickly. So I'll link that below if you want to add her to your collection. But she's just a stunning doll, really stunning. And kudos to Robert Tonner and to Rachel Hoffman for, you know, making her available to the people. Robert sculpted her. Through Rachel's doll shop, she's really made doll collecting accessible to a lot more people, and she's brought a lot of gorgeous dolls to the public, basically, for us to buy. So I'm very appreciative to her for everything she's done for this community. So anyway, that's Neema. This doll is a Paola Reina doll, and I debated about whether to put this doll in the Playline video last week. And the reason I ultimately decided not to is because I do feel like she has more of a collector vibe. And to buy one of these, you got to buy them from Spain for the most part. And so I think buying from Spain, like you need to be an adult kind of, you're not going to find them on the shelves here. And so I kind of have she could go either way though. She could be Playline or she could be collectors. Now this one is customized. This is a Paola Reina Las Amigas dolls. They are 32 centimeters tall. She has got a different body. She's got a jointed body. They normally come with they normally just have like the standard arms, neck, leg. They don't normally have a knee joint or like a wrist joint like this one has. But they're 36 euros, which is not bad. And this sculpt is called Camila, and I think it is a beautiful, faithfully representative sculpt. Now, they normally don't have such nice eyes. This one has been repainted. She's got new eyes put in, and she's really gorgeous. One of the really fun things, if you've never gotten a Spanish vinyl doll, so they're made in Spain. So that is one of the countries where they still actually make dolls. She smells like vanilla. Their dolls, Spanish dolls, when they're made in Spain, they all smell like birthday cake or vanilla. They infuse this scent into the vinyl that's so good. I hope it's not, it might be one of those things like you smell it and you just want more dolls, like it's poisoning my mind, but hopefully not. But I think the Paola Reina dolls are so gorgeous, and they have other dolls in the Las Amigas line that are very pretty. I have quite a few of them actually, but they do have this sculpt is my favorite for us talking about black dolls, because now they do have other dolls in the darker skin tone, but this sculpt is my favorite. And they have a beautiful one at dollsanddolls.com is the website name, and I'll link it below, and she's got kind of a hairstyle like Neema does with like the afro like this. So she has that sort of hairstyle, and she's so pretty. Like, she's gorgeous. 36 euros, and then you'll have to pay shipping, but all said and done, it'll be under $100 with the exchange rate and the shipping, so well worth the money. You might be able to find a distributor in the United States. I have not actually found a really reliable one. If you know of one, please link below so that I will know that for the future. But I just buy from Dolls and Dolls because the pricing is good. You don't pay taxes for now on that stuff coming into the country, But just go to the Paola Reina Amigas 32 centimeters line, and you'll find these dolls. And then if you want to see customs, I would say go look for hashtags. I don't think hashtags really work anymore, but you can go do a search for custom Paola Reina dolls, and there's a lot of artists that really do beautiful custom work on these dolls. And so I think the customs can run anywhere from $200 and up, just depending on the artist, how popular they are, how much work they've done. Like sometimes they'll do a whole reroute of a doll, or they'll cut the hair all off and do a wig. You know, sometimes they'll make a full outfit. Like this is not an original Paola Reina outfit, but it is the right size. And they are a very popular size, especially in Europe. So it is easy to find really great clothes for these dolls. Like you can see, I think she's so fun. Like the way that she's dressed, she's just precious. But anyway, I wanted to bring her up. And again, I hesitated whether I'd do her in the play line video or I do her in the collector's video. And I just decided to do her in the collector's video because I do know more people in my country who look at these dolls as collectibles. They're not really seen as a play line doll here because you do have to go to a little bit more trouble to get your hands on them. So that's my reasoning for putting her here. But I just think she's stunning. Don't you guys think so? Just a really stunning doll. I love her. Okay, we are going to talk Smart Doll. And a lot of you here probably know all about Smart Doll and really love Smart Doll. And some of you, this may be your first time seeing them. So Smart Dolls are, now you may be looking at her thinking that is not really a faithful sculpt, Allison. It's not. But they have some sculpts that, oh gosh, what's her name? I think her name is Beyond. I've been eyeballing her for a long time. And Smart Doll is committed to diversity and inclusion in their line. So they have not only this skin tone, which is called Cocoa, they have a new skin tone called Coffee. And I think that's really amazing that they offer two different skin tones for these types of large vinyl dolls, because no other company offers that. Every other company basically offers them in like a milky white and then like a milky white with a little hint of pink. So it's not, you know, so the cocoa is more like a deep cocoa color, where the coffee is more like a lighter cocoa color. Well, it's like a coffee, like cafe con leche. It's kind of like a cafe con leche color. It's gorgeous. I don't have one yet. But with exchange right now, I want to say they're only around $320 only. I realize that sounds, you know, after I've talked about some of these other dolls, to me it is like, oh, that's a bargain. I want to get one, and Beyond is the one I have been eyeballing for. Like, I was eyeballing Beyond before when she was in Cocoa, but now that I don't have a coffee color doll, I want to get her so bad. So anyway, Smart Doll offers this type of like anime sort of doll in two great black skin tones. You've got this, the Cocoa, and then you've got the Coffee, which is, you know, it's just gorgeous. It's so pretty, such a pretty skin tone. And like I said, none of the other companies that make this type of doll do that. Now, they are based in Japan. And I have an entire playlist of Smart Doll videos here on the channel. So if this is your first time hearing about them, go check that list of videos out so you can learn more about them. There are a lot of content creators who do really great Smart Doll content. My Lady Disdain comes to mind. They do really great stuff. And there's a lot of small creators who create things for Smart Doll. So I want you to take a look at this. Kitten Cat Jewelry. They create special jewelry for these dolls. She's wearing their earrings and one of their bracelets, I think. Where is her hand? Oh, it must have fallen off. She was wearing one. It fell off at some point when I've been tussling her around. But Smart Doll also has this wig is called the Twist Out wig. It only comes on some of the models. You'd have to look and see which ones it is currently available on. It actually didn't come on this doll. I got this with a different doll, and I kept the wig and put it on her because I thought it looked great on her. And that's something I have thought about making as a video on where to find wigs for black dolls. So if that's something you're interested in, let me know in a comment below, because that's something I try to source really nice wigs for my black dolls. So, you know, I can share some of that with you guys if it's something you're interested in. But I just think they do such a great job with their skin tones their skin tone inclusion at this company. And like I said, the sculpts are more like they're anime sculpts, but somehow like in some of their sculpts they are able to get like this representative sculpt, even though it's like like a cartoon anime version. So I think they just have done, they do other stuff too. They have a doll that has a cleft palate. They have dolls with acne. They have different, different medical devices. So they're very committed to inclusion at their company, and I think that's great. I really think that's a great ethos to have. But their black dolls are some of my favorite that are on the market. Now they are small batch, so they're not, while they're not one of a kinds like some of these that you've seen, they're also not mass produced either. They're very careful with production. And the founder, Danny Chu, has said many times, he's not trying to, I'm going to paraphrase here. I don't know exactly how he said it because I can't remember it, but it's like he's not trying to dominate the doll world. He wants to have a happy staff, and he wants to make products that are high quality, that people are going to enjoy, but also he likes to put out there that these are not perfect. If you're expecting something that's going to be 1,000% perfect, you're not going to do this because these are made by humans. And so I've never had any issue with anything that I've ever gotten from them. I think everything is just incredible. They're just such gorgeous dolls. So I really wanted to put a big plug for them out, and hopefully sometime in the next maybe month or two, you will see me open Coffee Beyond here on the channel, because I really want her. I'm just, like I said earlier, I'm trying to back off on the doll buying because I've bought too many. But, what are like my friend Lindsay says, collectors gonna collect. Yes, we are. That's what we do. We just can't stop collecting. So you will see one on the channel at some point. How soon it is, yet to be determined. But I just love their dolls, and I wanted to show them to you guys in case you've never been introduced to them before, because I know a lot of people actually are new to my channel for this series. And so this is one of my favorites, and they're tall dolls. I didn't show that, so if you are new, they're quite tall. So and this is the curvy model. So I really like, or she's pear-shaped, excuse me. This is called the pear-shaped, so she's a lot curvier than the other dolls, and that's another point of representation that they try to do, is they have this curvy body shape that's not just the typical really thin. They have the really thin ones too, which is like this, what do they call that one? The original size. And then they have pear shape, which the pear shape is just gorgeous. It's just so gorgeous, and I love what they do as a company with their dolls. I think they just make some of the most beautiful dolls, and they ship super fast. Like instant gratification with these dolls, pretty much. You order it, and by the end of the week it's at your house. So anyway, Smart Dolls, and I will link them below so you guys can check them out. And again, check my channel if you're new to Smart Dolls and want to learn more about them. Check my channel for the Smart Doll playlist, and you can see a lot more stuff about them. This doll on the list, I don't have one to show you, but I'm going to talk about her because I saw her when I was at Disney World, and I thought she was stunning. And that is a limited edition. It's a 17-inch or 16-inch Disney Tiana doll. And when we were riding, we rode Tiana's Bayou Adventure, which is Tiana's new ride. So she's having her moment right now because she got her new ride. And at the end of the ride, so spoilers if you haven't ridden it yet, she is there at the end singing, and she's wearing this gorgeous sequin gown. And I was like, if they have a doll like that dressed, if they have a Tiana doll dressed in that outfit in the gift shop, I'm going to get her because that gown is gorgeous. They had one. I should have been more specific in my manifestation. It was a limited edition doll, so she was $150, $149.99. And I was like hoping for a Playline doll, like a little less expensive, so I did not buy her. However, she is available on DisneyStore.com. So she is so pretty. I love that dress on her. I loved the ride. It was so fun. It was just such a cute story. And I'm really I really like the change that they made. I think it's a gorgeous ride. I think they made some amazing animatronics for that ride, and I'm glad Tiana's getting her moment in the sun with her own attraction. But when I saw that final scene, and I'm sorry I didn't record the final scene, but when I saw the final scene and I saw the animatronic in that dress, I really said, I'm going to get that doll if they have her in the gift shop. It was just, she was the expensive version, so I was like, oh, okay, well. And if she doesn't sell out on DisneyStore.com, who knows? Maybe I will end up with her before it's over with, because she is stunning. I do have a limited edition Tiana doll already in that size, dressed in her like princess gown. So it's not like I need 2 of them, but you know. Anyway, I just wanted to let you guys know about her because she is a collectible doll and she's got a beautiful face. I think Disney did a great job with her, and I love her green gown. It's just so pretty. Everything about her is just stunning, and so I think she makes a great addition to this list of collectible dolls. The last doll I'm going to talk about today does not have a faithful sculpt, so I want to get that out of the way to begin with. This is a doll. They've taken the standard sculpt and just made her in a chocolate skin tone, but that is Blythe, and they have a new, this is the 20 Years of Love Blythe, so this is for display purposes. That's not the right word that I'm looking for. They have a new one out, and I want to say her name is Jalen. I might be remembering that wrong, but on Junie Moon, they've done another Cocoa Skin Blythe, which I'm really happy about. I'm glad that they're moving in that direction. And so I think that she's about $120 with the exchange. So you buy her from Japan, and the shipping from Japan it's been a while since I bought anything, but it's generally pretty fast. She is in stock and she is available. Maybe her name's Jayla. I can't remember her name. You'll see it here on the screen. At the moment, I'm having a memory recall problem. I'm not going to get her because I'm kind of done with Blythe for now, because I have so many Blythe dolls. This whole shelf is full of them. But this is the 20 Years of Love Blythe, and so they're kind of similar. The eye chips are going to be different. Again, she's not a faithfully representative sculpt. She's Blythe that's just been done in a different tone. But I did want to point her out because a lot of people do like to collect Blythes, and a lot of people customize. So you could always get one and have your favorite customizer customize her to be a little more faithfully representative. I've seen some that are really amazing out there. People do some incredible things with the customs of these dolls. They carve the faces and they do all kinds of cool stuff. So I just wanted to let you guys know that Blythe has done another one, so that she is out there available for purchase. I will link that below so you guys can check it out. But that is going to be the last collectible doll on the list today. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed that list. I hope you learned about some new dolls that existed today that you hadn't heard about today. That is the purpose of this series, is to educate so that you guys know what is out there and available for your collecting needs. And if there is a doll that is your favorite that I didn't mention, please list it in the comments below for everybody else. I've also done multiple videos about collectible black dolls. I have an entire playlist for the World Celebration of Black Dolls here on my channel. You can go through that and check it out, and I have named off a ton more dolls that are out there that are available. Some are probably not in production anymore, but the secondary market, it's actually a good time to buy dolls if you're looking to buy, because it's a buyer's market right now. Let me put it like that. So if you're looking for something, it's a good time to be doing that. But I hope you guys, like I said, enjoyed, and let me know if you learned something new today. If one of these dolls is something that you had never heard of and that was introduced to you today through this video, I really appreciate it. And I just want to say thank you everyone for watching. Next week we're going to be talking about black doll resources, so resources that are way more knowledgeable than me that you guys can follow and get information about black doll collecting and black dolls. And then the very last week we're going to be doing In Search of Black Dolls. We're going to be looking at what's on the shelves available to buy, and I might add a little bit of internet shopping too, a little bit of web surfing to that video, because I have discovered just in the last week even more dolls that I hadn't had on my list thus far. So I think that'll be fun to include that. So thanks guys for joining me. I hope you learned something new today, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye bye. I want to say a huge thank you to my patrons from Patreon: Lindsay S., Leah W., Doreen Z., Janice H., Mercedes W., Bear Sunflower, Shorna R., Stephanie W., Shalane C., Louisa's Knickknacks, Marty G., Lynn P., Cindy L., Sabrina A., and Kitten Cat. Your support means so much to me and helps me continue bringing you Break Dolly content. For more information on how you can become a supporter of this channel, please see the link in the video description. Thank you.